You're listening to an archived Cabral Concept podcast. After listening to this show, check out the most up-to-date podcasts available at stephencabral.com/podcasts or search directly on iTunes. And now, welcome to the Cabral Concept, where board-certified naturopath and integrative health practitioner Dr. Stephen Cabral shares how he was diagnosed at the age of 17 with a life-altering illness and given no hope for recovery. It was only after studying and traveling all over the world did he discover how to combine ancient Ayurvedic healing practices with state-of-the-art naturopathic and functional medicine to fully rebalance the body and re-energize it with life. It's time to discover how to get well, lose weight, and finally feel alive again. And now, here's your host, Dr. Stephen Cabral.
Welcome to the Cabral Concept. I'm Stephen Cabral, and today on a Motivation and Mindset Monday, we are here to take you from wherever you are right now to that next level of progress, that next step up. So what I want to talk about is this. Some of the questions we get, a lot of them center around, how do you know when it's time to make that next leap? What differentiates the people who just go for it and who know what they want from those who are kind of just stuck in no man's land? That they know that they want to take their health, their weight loss, their body, their image, all of those things to that next level, but they never really do it. They never really take that next step. And so what I would say is this. I found that in my practice, the people who just make that leap, make that jump, have met a certain pain threshold, meaning that they're no longer willing to be satisfied with what they have in their life right now. That just the act of thinking about where they are right now makes them a little bit sick, that it makes them upset, that they feel really negative about that, and that yes, we should be kind of content and happy with our life in general, but that doesn't mean we have to stay there if there's that next level, the next way we can progress in life. And so what I've met is that, or what I've seen is that people who have reached that threshold will then make that next step. For you, it might mean, what's the reason why? Why can you not stay where you are right now? Why do you need to make that next leap? And sometimes, this goes for work, the home that you're living in right now, the relationship, whatever it might be. But let's just keep it about your body right now, your body transformation, your wellness. If you're not well right now, if you're sick, are you willing to stay in that position, or are you willing to kind of take it to that next level? What is the reason why? And sometimes we just haven't met our personal threshold, meaning like, even though we would like to be in a better place, we're okay right now. We're somewhat comfortable, or we're at least used to it. We're complacent. And that sometimes is some of the worst places you can be. You're not happy, but you're complacent. You're willing to live in the space that you are right now. So what I would say to you is this. Start to think about why it would be great for you to make that next leveling up, that next jump. What would your life look like if you were to take where you are today to that next step? Meaning that, let's say you're 50 pounds overweight. What would happen if you were to lose that 50 pounds? What would your life look like? Would you have more self-confidence? Would you feel like you were in better shape? You were able to do more athletic-based events? Would your health improve? Do you think that you would be more outgoing? All of these specific things that flow into your entire life, which is your work, your relationships, your family, all of those things. Would those things get better if you were to lose that weight or to get well again? Now, start to focus not then on the negative, but all those positive things that would happen in your life. That's how I like to look at it. So I'd say is, yes, okay, this is where I'm at today. I'm realistic. I understand where I'm at. But let's just say, what if this were to happen? What if I were to lose that weight? What if I were to get well? What if I could start doing more of the things in life that I wanted to do? How would my life change? And now when you focus on that and you start to think about it on a daily basis and a weekly basis, it will set deeper in your subconscious. And when that happens, your body will eventually become more uncomfortable with where you're at right now, and it will start to push you towards those specific goals or even actions that will get you to those specific goals. So when that happens, what I say is, use that motivation to then catapult you into developing a plan to then achieve those goals. Motivation is great. Being excited about achieving something is great. But at the same time, you need to have a plan. You need to implement a plan. So use the motivation, use the excitement to go out and find a plan. Either hire a coach, read a book, follow a plan that someone else has done. Do something. Move yourself towards incrementally reaching those specific milestones that will reach you to your goal. And again, just going back to the 50-pound weight loss, that's easy. Month one, I should say, lose 10 pounds. Month 2, the same thing. Month 3, after the period of 4, 5, 6 months, you could be down 60 or down 50 pounds. And what an amazing thing that would be. Now, that's a short-term goal, but think about it. 6 months might seem like a long time to you, but in the grand scheme of things, over the course of decades, 6 months is nothing. And you could, if you really stay focused, you could achieve that goal of around 50 pounds weight loss in that 6-month period of time. Would you have to put your head down and really focus on it? Absolutely. But let's say that made it a priority for you in your life. You could make great things happen. You could absolutely accomplish that. And yes, it would take a full head of steam, but that's what it's all about. You don't get to achieve that next level in life without really making those changes in your life from what you're currently in right now. Sometimes that's pushing some things out that aren't allowing you to get to that next level, and that's kind of just the way it is. So I don't want to kind of go in a million different directions on this topic for right now. So what I do want to say is this. Everyone in life, I believe, is able to level up, is able to maybe take from wherever they are right now, which is, let's just say, step A, and move to step B or to step C. Don't think about step J down the process, because you still have to move through all the others before you get to that. So don't worry about getting yourself overwhelmed into what could be. If you have to lose 100 pounds, okay, fine. But on the way to losing 100, you still have to meet the 50-pound goal. So why not make a more realistic goal of you saying, I need to lose 30 pounds or 40 pounds or 50 pounds. Start with that. I'm guaranteeing you your life would still change dramatically by losing that weight. Not only physically, but mentally, emotionally as well. And once you get to that first milestone of 30 pounds, 40 pounds, 50 pounds, well, guess what? That's going to give you the motivation to then get to 100. But nobody starts with saying, well, I'm going to lose 100 pounds. Yeah, they'll lose that 100 pounds, but only after they've reached some of those smaller, shorter term goals, which gives them that motivation, that gives them that sense of accomplishment to then take it to that next level. So for you, I'm simply saying this. The time is right when you feel it's right, when you feel that you have more in you to achieve, that you have greater potential, and that you're unwilling to be satisfied with where you're at right now in life. Hopefully that topic touched you today, that you understand the message that I'm trying to get across to you, and not saying that you need to be better than you are right now, that you need to do something more than you are right now. It's something that if you're uncomfortable with where you're at right now, and if you want to take it to that next level, the option is there for you. You can make it happen. I do believe that. Thank you for tuning in to another Cabral Concept. I'm Stephen Cabral, and I'll be back real soon with more episodes.
Did you know that the body really only becomes sick or imbalanced in only 2 ways? Over time, you become deficient in vital nutrients, and you also accumulate toxins internally and from the environment. As those nutrients diminish and you increase your total toxic load, your body then begins to show the first signs of dis-ease. It's actually quite predictable, and the good news is that if we know how you began to fill up that proverbial rain barrel, we also know how to empty it to begin the healing process. I was fortunate enough to learn this ancient healing process from my mentor after suffering from debilitating diseases for close to a decade. It was only when I began to implement these techniques did I finally overcome my illnesses and go on to live a life of energy and vitality that I now enjoy. I'd like to share with you now what I discovered after traveling all over the world and how to combine the best of ancient healing wisdom with state-of-the-art science. Allow me to teach you exactly how I've been able to help over 250,000 people to empty their rain barrel and begin to transform their body and lives into what they've always hoped they could be. To get your copy of the international bestseller, The Rain Barrel Effect, simply go to stephencabral.com/rainbarrel.